daily videos and just doing, I mean, I might still do daily videos, but I'm just going to chunk them all together and do like weekly updates, which would be rad. Or maybe like every other day or something like that. Sometimes it's very pressing to try and find things to say every day, but I'm there. I'm getting there. It's nearly done. I've been thoroughly enjoying it now, minus those few sort of waves. Like last week there was a bit of a road bump, and there's been a few earlier on, but you know, reflecting back on the challenge as a whole, looking at what I've created from the day I started the challenge till now, the people I've met, the fans I've made, awesome people here on YouTube. It's definitely been worth it. I'm glad I redid this challenge again. Yeah, so I'm on my way to work, doing another one of these live streams. It's so much easier. I still don't know how this implicates on my data, but I'm sure they'll let me know when I'm coming close. It shouldn't be too bad, I don't think. I've got a pretty good data package on my phone, so fingers crossed. Fingers crossed it at least makes it through the next few days. So last night was Tuesday night, which meant it was Monkey Junk night for everyone on Patreon. So anyone on Patreon from my $1 pledge and up gets early access to all the comic pages. So page 10 went live last night. I actually had to do some touch-ups on that page before it went up. I'd actually sort of run out of time because I've been busy doing the sketchbook and all the promo stuff, and sort of tinkering with that in the evenings, that I sort of lost track and pretty much forgot to do page 10. Luckily, Pastor Chris had already done all the lettering when I was doing the original layouts for the pages. So by the time, all I had to do was scan it. Well, it was already scanned, load it up in Photoshop, do the grays, do a bit of a tidy up on the page, and load it into the original PDF with all the lettering and done. So pre-planning like that has really saved my butt, so something that I'm going to need to continue doing for a while. And hello to those who've just jumped in and said hi, how are you going? Thank you for joining. So that was great. Got page 10 up. Yesterday, as I mentioned in yesterday's video, I was going to upload the Monkey Junk sketchbook, which is a whole bunch of behind the scenes art that you guys can get it's sort of a promo booklet. It's about 20 pages or so, just filled with all development art and sketches, most of it all scanned from my own personal sketchbooks, which is leading into the development and creation of Monkey Junk, the comic, which is coming out on Saturday. So I wanted to share that out for free for you guys, and I put it up, and there's been a great response so far. Quite a few downloads, so thank you everyone. I did do a bit of a small marketing campaign, just posting on Facebook and Instagram. I did a post on Reddit. I don't know if that's made a difference. I don't really have like a high karma rating on my art Reddit account, so I don't know if that makes a difference, but hopefully people will see that it's just this free download that they can get online, and they will. I imagine over time more people will sort of gravitate towards it, I hope. I'll be advertising it within Monkey Junk as well, so anyone who's reading the comic, you know, in the descriptions below each page will be, you know, get the free Monkey Junk sketchbook here, etc, etc. So it not only gives anyone who hasn't read Monkey Junk an incentive to read it, so those who are reading it and just want a little bit more, being that it's only one page a week, you know, you get a bit antsy, you know, you want a little bit more content, you want a little bit something extra, you can go download that sketchbook. That'll give you a little bit more insight. You can learn a little bit more about the world. And I really enjoyed putting the sketchbook together. So if I started doing a sketchbook per chapter maybe, so you got like a chapter 1 sketchbook, chapter 2 sketchbook, just filled with art from the development of those stages. That could be fun. But yes, so thank you everyone so far who's downloaded it. Please, I'll put the link down in the description below, but it is in the video from yesterday, if you guys are watching live. Someone's just asked me a question. Give me a second, I'll just finish up what I was saying. Now I've drawn a blank. Yeah, go download it for free. Either wait for the link at the end of this video or jump back, or you can pop onto my Instagram or my Facebook page. You'll be able to find it there. Download it for free, check it out, let me know what you think of it, and then if you like it and you think someone else might like it, give it to them or send them the link, get them to download it. It's 100% free, so enjoy it, and I hope you do. You know, like, I'm not asking for anything back. There have been a couple of people who have donated some money as they bought the book, and I thank you so much. I really appreciate all the donations. That all helps towards, you know, making the comic and hopefully making this more of a full-time venture, and or at least being able to make this a bit more part-time, and spending more time on this and saying no to, you know, external client work and things like that, because, you know, I do still work full-time, so I've got to work it all in between. So I'm a busy guy, but I'm enjoying it, so the enjoyment sort of outweighs you know, working so hard, because I'm not really, I don't know, I'm not working, I'm drawing. I enjoy drawing. I'm working on my own personal project, so that makes it far more enjoyable again. Traffic this morning. I left a little bit late this morning, and sometimes 5 minutes can make a huge difference in the traffic, whether you get stuck in, you know, mass amounts of traffic, you know, more peak hour traffic, or, you know, catching a break. So someone just commented before, I'll get back into this, that they're doing a picture of Phoenix Jean Grey, and they're having trouble with hair. Not sure what advice exactly you're after from me, but the one thing that I would say, if you are having troubles, is go back and look at images of the character that you're drawing. Look at some of the artists who have done it in the past. I know Jim Lee definitely would have done some. I'm not big in, like, I know X-Men, but I haven't read a lot of X-Men, so I couldn't tell you all the artists who've done it. But I'm sure there's thousands of artists and fan artists who have drawn Phoenix. Go on there and see how they're drawing it, and if you're unsure of really understanding what they've done to get the effect that they've got, the style that they've achieved with the hair, try and draw it yourself. So just get a separate piece of paper away from the piece that you're drawing, and just draw it. Or if you have the capabilities, photocopy the piece that you're working on, or print it out, or whatever. And or if you're working digitally, great, you can just do it on a fresh layer. And again, go look at those different references and draw them. Try and draw them maybe identical to what they've originally done, to understand. I find that when I'm, I suppose, essentially copying other artists as studies, it allows me to sort of get an understanding of why their hand has done what it has with the pencil on the page, why they've almost deconstructing it. It's kind of like a, you know, like if you take a coffee, like you see the coffee as a whole and it's delicious, but if you deconstruct that and you've got the coffee grounds, you've got the hot water, you've got the milk, you've got sugar, then you can start to see why all these components mix together to make a finished product, a delicious finished product. So try and use that same method with artwork. Try and deconstruct what other people are doing and figure it out, and then that way you can apply it. And if you don't like it, or if it doesn't work with the character, you can then go back, redraw the character with, you know, what you've learnt, and hopefully you'll have a better end product again. And it's all trial and error. Here, I used to have the worst trouble with hair. I find now, like with my style's very simplistic. Like, it still takes me time to work on, like, character designs and you know, putting all the pieces together. But there was a point where, you know, I was trying to draw like Jim Lee and J. Scott Campbell and you know, all the big guys, you know, like all the old Dark Horse and Image guys, and you know, I wasn't enjoying it. Like, I got good at it because I was copying, But yeah, I wasn't enjoying it. I found that I consistently kept going back to doing really cartoony style art. Found that I was going back to doing a lot of tattoo flash art. Surprisingly, I did really enjoy it for some reason when I do sort of get that spark to draw it. But yeah, I found myself gravitating more towards another style consistently, and sort of made that decision like, well, I'm really busting my ass here trying to do this realistic style, which I don't feel is working out for me. I can do it, but I don't enjoy it as much. And then I made that decision to turn around and go, you know what, I'm just going to sorry, it's just to get past the truck. I'm going to focus more on my cartoony style. Sometimes some of that more realistic stuff pops out, but it's sort of merged rather than trying to, you know, imitate like I said, J. Scott Campbell and whatnot. And I'm really thankful for that. Hopefully you'll eventually find your style and things will become easier, but the only way you'll get good at doing it is by doing it a lot. So if you can't do the hair right now, there's obviously a cause behind it. There's, you know, something about it that you may just need to put that repetition into play and practice. So which artist inspired you to draw? Nice. Oh man, artists that inspire me to draw. I'm gonna have to keep this. I've probably got another 5 minutes before I get to work, so I'll try and keep this quick. God, there's a huge list, so I'm just gonna go through them. I'm probably not gonna list why, but I'd definitely like to do a video on this actually. One is actually a really good friend of mine, Jeffrey Cruz. He's a fantastic artist who works for Udon Comics. He does a lot of Street Fighter, he does Random Use, he's done a lot of other stuff. Next to that, Scotty Young. I've always loved Scotty Young's most recent style. He really mixed things up after, like once he sort of moved into like doing Rocket Raccoon, and you know, now he's working on I Hate Fairyland and Wizards of Oz, or the Oz series. I love that. I love that childish but messy approach. Another one is Anthony Holden. I love Anthony Holden's work. Jake Parker is another one. Jake Parker is absolutely fantastic. Jason Brubaker. I used to really only just, you know, follow him for like the video content he used to create, but as I've gotten on and, you know, managed to pick up a couple of his books, I definitely enjoyed it a lot more. I've recently gotten into Andrew McLean, who does Headlopper. He's a fantastic artist. Taking it backwards a little bit, Robert Crumb. I know he's a bit of a controversial artist, and not many people really enjoy his work, or more so enjoy the content of his work. But his art is just absolutely fantastic. I love it. I love the simplicity and the depth into it, and I love his raw honesty as well, his approach to why he draws comics. He's absolutely fantastic. I mean, Jack Kirby, I've always liked Jack Kirby's work. He's sort of one of the original masters. That's all I can think of off the top of my head at the moment. Martin Abel, again, he's a friend of mine, but his artwork always inspires me. It's just always so beautiful and elegant, and really well done. He always makes it look so effortless, which I hate him for. He's a bastard, but you know, I love him. I'm drawing a blank now, but those are the first ones that really come to mind, or definitely the ones that have been inspiring me of late. I should say Jeff Stocco is a great one. Doug Tenaple, I can't remember exactly how it's pronounced. He's really, really good. There's one that I can't get, Graham someone, I can't remember his name, but he did, Brandon Graham. He did King City, which is one of my favorite comic books. I highly recommend checking that out. It's a big read, but well worth it. I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm getting close to work, so I'm gonna have to say goodbye to you guys, and I'm going to listen to a couple of songs before I get to work and just clear my head and start the day fresh. So I'll catch you all later. Thank you all for the questions. Thank you all for checking out the live stream. I hope you're liking the way that I do this now, rather than just do the regular videos. They're essentially the same. Yeah, thank you guys for the questions and dropping in and saying hello and all that. Hey Jan, how you doing, man? All right, catch us later. Have a good one.